Hello and welcome to How to Read Word Balloons, Thought Bubbles, and Captions. My name is John Shableski and I'll be your host on behalf of Library Pass and Comics Plus today. The elements that are involved in the creation of a comics page, things like the word balloons or the thought bubbles or captions, even the way the panels are laid out, are designed by the creator to control how you perceive the information or how you receive the information for that story. Even the space between the panels, we call that the gutter. That allows you as the reader to infer the action that takes place between panel number 1 and panel number 2. Now, another critical part of the elements involved in this are the way that the lettering is controlled or designed within each of those elements of balloons and bubbles and captions. If there's a sense of urgency or shout, then it's going to be bold. If it's a whisper, it's like a light squiggly line. That word balloon tells you what that character needs to convey to you or to another character on the page. You get to see their thoughts within that the thought bubble, and the caption gives you information that the artist couldn't convey, maybe like a date or a time frame or a location. Now, Western comics, we're going to go through a couple things here. Western comics as well as manga, and they read opposite of each other. Western comics, the flow is just like it would be in prose, from left to right, and your eyes go diagonally down to the next line, and then left to right again, diagonally down, left to right again. In this wonderful shot of Little Nemo in Slumberland, you can see, even though the panel layout is different, the intent is still the same for you to read from left to right, down, then left to right, then down yet again. And it's also true that most Western comics read left to right, but there is more creativity now being applied thanks to digital comics and how the flow goes. But if you're looking at a hard copy edition of a book, the flow in Western comics is always going to be left to right. In the manga space, it is exactly opposite. You've got to flip the book over. You'll see the true cover for how the manga publisher intends you to see it, but also the way you read that flows from right to left, and then down, and then right to left again. They play a little bit with spacing, or actually quite often, but think of it this way, like Hebrew. Japanese comics or manga read from right to left. Here's a simplified manga art style in the Manga Classics title, their adaptation of Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. And you can see how it flows from from right to left, and then down, and then again right to left. Thank you for joining us on this tour today. If you need any kind of resources, you can go to librarypass.com. We have short videos, we have webinars posted, we have lots of titles that we've referenced for any kind of research or support that you're looking for. Again, librarypass.com is where you're going to find that. And on behalf of Library Pass and Comics Plus, my name is John Shableski. Thank you for joining us today.